Alright, Pretender here, back with another Honkai style video, and today I'm here with the full pre-farming guide for the upcoming 2.3 second half 5-star character Jade. Now with 2.3 being out, you can safely farm everything you do need for Jade, and so just like my other pre-farm guides, this is going to be running through the amount you do need to get her to level 80 and all max traces. So the general info on how much books you need, how much credits, then the common materials you need for her kit, going over the traces, going over what Echo of War, Stagnant Shadow, and then also giving some relic recommendations for her. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Before I get into the video, drop a like, drop a sub, hit the bell icon for more videos like this, and let's get straight into it. So starting it off with the general stuff, you will need about 290 purple books to get her from level 1 to level 80. I will have this disclaimer now, this is only going to be accounting from getting her and her traces maxed. This won't be accounting for the light card. So yeah, 290 purple books to get her from level 1 to level 80. For everything maxed, you will need roughly about 3.9 million credits. Then she is a 5-star, you will need 8 Tracks of Destiny for her traces. And then for the common materials, you will need these ones right here. You will need a total of 56 of these green ones, 71 of these blue ones, and 73 of these purple ones. For the most part, you shouldn't have a need to farm this if you have just literally just doing your assignments, and even if you just killed occasional things across the map. For the most part, most people won't really have to farm this. But if you're that rare amount that didn't do assignments or anything, then I definitely get on farming that for whatever reason that you haven't done already. For the Stagnant Shadow material, she will be using the one from the Shape of Roast. As you do see, this is a quantum character one that we got on the Penacony update thanks to Sparkle. So you will need a total of 65 of the Stagnant Shadow material. I would definitely recommend doing this first because it is the easiest to knock out of the way and then you don't have to worry about anything else pretty much. Just using about a day and a bit worth of stamina just to get this up. So again, I definitely would recommend getting this out the way first. For the Echo of War, she will be using the one from the Sunday boss, and you do need a total of 12 of the Sunday boss material for her traces. And so if you haven't done that, definitely would get on that, use your weekly runs on the Sunday boss. And now with the 2.3 update, her trace materials are finally farmable. You will be doing the one from the Blood of Air edition right down here. This is the one that did come out with this update, and you will sadly have to do the part where you unlock this part of the map in the 2.2 story. So if you haven't got to 2.2 story areas, you will have to do that because as you can tell here, I'm at the last area at the Grand Theater and it is right here. So again, if you have not done that stuff, I would definitely make sure you get on that. And so for the actual amount you do need a total of 18 of the green ones, you need a total of 69 of the blue ones, and you need a total of 139 of the purple ones. As we all know, traces are a pain to farm, so as soon as you get something like the Stagnant Shadow out the way, I would definitely hop on this soon because it is going to take you a little while to farm this. Especially since, as I remember, I do not think 2.3 is getting a trace boost event of double drops or anything, so you're just going to have the raw terrible rates. So again, definitely would get on this as soon as possible. And now for some relic recommendations. Before anything, I'm going to be talking about why I do not recommend using the Wind Soaring set. A lot of people are saying to use the set on Jade, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, I do not recommend it. Because as you do see, when you use your follow-up attack, it increases the damage dealt by the ultimate. The problem is, Jade uses the ultimate to enhance her follow-up attack, and her follow-up attack is the main source of damage. So I don't really know why people are saying to run this on Jade, because it's definitely not going to be her best set. The stuff it does provide, giving you 12% attack is nice, 6% crit rate is nice, and 36% damage dealt is really good. But the ultimate does hit and do damage, yes. Decent damage, yes. But her main source and the whole thing is building up her charges to do her follow-up attack. Her main damage is from the follow-up attack, not the ultimate. So I would not recommend farming this set for Jade. But for actual recommendations, I do have a full Jade guide you can check out for more in-depth about these relics I'm about to recommend. But a good obvious one is going to be the 4-piece of the Quantum set. The 2-piece giving you a 10% increase to quantum damage, so she can finally make use of that because she is a quantum character. And when the wearer does damage to the enemy, ignores 10% defense. And if the enemy has quantum weakness, ignore an additional 10%. So a 20% defense ignore if they are weak to quantum. Even if they aren't weak to quantum, it's going to be really good. And if they are weak to quantum, this is easily going to be your best set. But another set you can actually do is the 4-piece of the follow-up set, giving a 20% increase to follow-up attack damage. And anytime your follow-up attack does hit someone, stacking up to 8 times, you get a 6% attack increase. Which she is not able to fully stack it, but she's able to get enough stacks for this set to be effective. So it is still going to be really good on her. You can also just do 2-piece and 2-piece of that. Another thing you can do is rock 4-piece Musketeers. Attack percent increase is nice. The speed increase isn't going to matter much because she's not really 4 speed. But it does increase basic attack damage, which after you do use the Debt Collector, you can only use the basic attack, so the basic attack damage will do even more. So it's not a bad option, and you could also do 2-piece of the Musketeers with one of the other ones mentioned. And now for the planet ornament recommendations, this does sort of depend on the team and teammates you are using with Jade. If you are using her on a follow-up attack team or a character that can do frequent follow-up attacks, then the Durin is going to be the best set, giving you a 5% follow-up damage increase when anyone on the team, giving you a 5% increase to follow-up attack damage when allies do use a follow-up attack, stacking up to 5 times. And when you do have 5 stacks, you have a 25% increase to crit damage. So you have a 25% increase to follow-up damage and a 25% increase to crit damage, which is really good. Completely stacked up, this is going to be your best one. Because the follow-up damage, again, is the main source, so you're getting a 25% increase to that. And then you're also getting a 25% increase to crit damage, which is benefiting all her damage. So if you are running her on a team that does do follow-up attacks pretty often, let's say, for example, the follow-up team or someone like Clara, then this is going to be the best one. But if you're pairing her with someone that doesn't do follow-up attacks or really slow ones like Blade, then you can actually use Inner Salsado, which will be probably as good, probably just a little bit worse, because it gives you 8% crit rate, which is nice, and when you have 50% or higher crit rate, you get an increase to ultimate and follow-up damage by 15%. Again, the ultimate does do damage, so this increases the damage by 15%, which is fine, but mainly for the fact it increases your follow-up damage by 15%, but she's able to make use of both of it, so Inner Salsado is another option you can do. It's going to be really good. And then the last option is everyone's favorite, Space Healing Station, just giving you a 24% increase to attack overall, 12% base, and then if you have 120 speed or higher, an additional 12%. But Jade won't be built with speed, so this could be a bit troublesome, but if you're able to have enough rolls via substats, then you can use this if you just have some pieces laying around from the past year the game's been out. And so then it's an option to do while you farm for the other two. Yeah, that's all you pretty much need to know. Just for a quick reiteration, again, you will need about 290 purple books and about 3.9 million credits. You will need 8 tracks of destiny, and then for the common materials, you will need these ones right here, which you will need a total of 56 of the green ones, 71 of the blue ones, and 73 of the purple ones. The Stagnant Shadow material will be the one from the Shape of Rose. You will need a total of 65 of these ones. The Echo of War will be from the Sunday boss, and you need a total of 12 of these. The Calyx materials will be the new Air Edition ones you can farm now if you have it unlocked, and you will need a total of 18 of these green ones, 69 of the blue ones, and 139 of the purple ones. So again, definitely would get on it as soon as possible. Relic recommendations for Jade will be the Quantum set. The 4-piece is very good on her. You can also do 4-piece of the follow-up set, which is also going to be good on her. You can do 2-piece, and if you're really down bad, you can do 4-piece Musketeers, which is also decent, or combining the 2-piece of Musketeers with one of the other 2 sets mentioned. Planet Ornaments is going to be the Durin set if you're pairing it with other characters that do follow-up attacks pretty often. If not, you can do the Inner Salsado set, which will be just as good, maybe a bit worse. It's going to be the one you're going to have to do if you're not using it with the follow-up attack unit, or someone that has very slow follow-up attacks. And then if you have neither of those, you will just get some Space Healing Stations until you have the other 2 sets available. Now for some team ideas, or more elite teammate recommendations, pretend Zela here is Jade. So this does vastly depend if you are going for E0 or E1. If you are going for E0, her best teammates are going to mainly be the characters that can hit multiple enemies on the field, so Blast and AoE characters. She's going to be working really good with the Air Edition characters, so Argenti is going to be a really good option. You can also do Himiko. Himiko is going to be a really nice option as well. She also does pair very good with Blade. Blade is another fantastic teammate. Since her deck collector does consume HP, that counts as 2 charges for 1 Blade attack, so you can get 2 charges per attack rather than 1 when using Blade. Clara is a nice option as well, because with her counters, you can also accumulate more charges for Jade. So that's another option. Jing Wan's also really good because he has multiple AoEs, being able to easily stack up Jade as well. And sadly, her single target synergy is very limited at E0, but with E1, you do open a bunch of pathways. At E1, she is insanely good with single target characters as well, so pairing her with anyone that you want pretty much, but she's especially going to have insane energy with Topaz, enabling you to put her on an IBC team, something like this, where you would have Aventurine just stay in, Jade's there, and then you pop the deck collector onto Topaz, and Topaz is able to very quickly rack up stacks for Jade. But without the E1, that is a lot harder to do. Thankfully, since Topaz can get multiple attacks and Numby does count as giving charges, you still can get a decent amount without the E1, but with E1 you definitely will notice a change. So overall, if you have E0, you definitely want to focus on more AoE and blast characters, and then if you do have the E1, you have a lot more synergy with pairing anyone with single targets, mainly the follow-up attack characters that are right now dominant. yep, that is the full pre-farm guide for Jade, everything you do need to know. Let me know if you guys will be pre-farming her, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. Peace out.